Hey guys, what's up? Mike here. So I check in. It's Tuesday. Usually I try and do this on Monday, but Miles was having surgery, had his tonsils and his adenoids taken out yesterday, so it was a little busy. He's a champ. He did okay. He's been eating us out of house and home, anything soft he can get hold of. But yeah, he's otherwise feeling good. I think he slept a little better last night. So I think that's going to be a very positive change for him. It's officially 2 of my kids with no tonsils. Tally had, not Tally, they had hers out about the same age. So, yeah, it was his first surgery. Tally's had her share, but it's Miles's first time having surgery. So anytime as a parent, one of your kids is being put under and cut open, I mean, it's nerve-wracking. Doesn't matter. First time, millionth time, it doesn't matter how old they are. Yeah. So even my mom still, makes me call her when I get out of an operation, no matter what it is. So, no, I get it. It's nerve-wracking, but he was in good hands. He had good doctors. He's good. So I was kind of thinking about last week's video, asking yourself why, as much as you ask other people why. So you can find out why you do the things you do, why you say the things you say, why you are the things you are, even. Why do you do that? Why did you do that? It's a legit question. What's wrong with it? It's a good question to ask. And it's one you hold other people to a higher standard for answering than yourself. So just thinking about that, and to extend from that a little bit, I was thinking about permission slips. When you're a kid, you're in school, you have to, raise your hand to ask a question. You have to raise your hand to answer a question. You have to put your hand up and wait for somebody to call your name, and grant you permission to speak. Right? If you're in class and you have to go to the bathroom, guess what? Hello, I'd like to go to the bathroom. May I go to the bathroom, please? I've got to pee. And if the teacher decides, no, you can't go to the bathroom, do you have to stay? Do you have to wait? Do you have to hold it? You can go, but you're going to get in trouble for disobeying the teacher. You're going to go to the principal's office, blah, 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 because they didn't want to let you go. Now, that's fine as a kid. I understand the need for some order and discipline in a classroom. That's fine. But, even as an adult, we still kind of hold ourselves to the same standard of needing permission before we do something. Even when you're at work, you can't take off work to go do something that is happening with your family or something you'd rather do. Why not? Because you can't. Because I have to work that day. I can't. I'm not allowed to. Because nobody is giving me permission to do it. Now, a lot of companies, a lot of jobs want you to feel that way. But the truth is that's God, I'm just itching today. That need for permission is a structure that you're imposing on yourself. Because if I'm at work and I really just have to go to the bathroom, I'm going to go. Because the worst that can happen is they can, yell at me for going to the bathroom without asking. You may have heard the saying before. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. right? And in a lot of ways, there's some truth to that. If I have to go to the bathroom at work, if I want to ask for permission, I can, but then I'm also trying to get somebody's attention to ask for the permission. I'm also putting myself at the whim of somebody else and whether they are cool with me peeing. And that just doesn't sit well with me. I don't roll that way. That's just me. Others, if it's situational, sure, there might be reasons for it, but overall, I would rather just go and deal with the consequences later, if there are any. That's just personal preference for most situations. But the main thing is not so much talking about going to the bathroom at work or taking off work whenever you want to go do something personal. It's giving yourself permission to live your life. A lot of us do not live our life to the fullest, to the extent that we want to. Doesn't have to be the fullest, but to what we want to do, because we don't give ourselves permission to do it. Why? That goes back to last week. Why? Do you deserve to live the life that you want? Now, I'm not talking about guaranteed results or outcomes by any means, because we can't do that. But what we can do is grant ourselves the permission to do what we want, to live the life that we want. What do you want to do? What do you want out of your life? What do you want your life to be like? Do you want to have a big family? You don't want to have any kids. You want to be a rock star. Sure, maybe that's a 10-year-old fantasy. Maybe it's not. But the point is, are you waiting on somebody else to tell you that you can go be a rock star? Because I guarantee you, nobody's going to tell you that you can do that. Nobody's going to say, sure, you don't need to have a steady job and, get a mortgage and all that other stuff. Go live on couches and try to be a rock star. Nobody's going to tell you that. Everybody's going to tell you, hey, your dream is stupid and you're not going to make it. And you can't even play the guitar. But does any of that matter? To you, anyway. Maybe it matters to other people, but what about you? Do you want to be a rock star? Do you want to build a snowman? What do you want? And are you going to grant yourself the permission to pursue what you want? What kind of life do you want to live? Because I guarantee you, at the end of the day, when you are laying on your deathbed, when you're 97 years old, and you're looking back, you're not going to be grateful for the times that somebody gave you permission to do the thing you wanted to do. That's not what you're going to remember. You're going to remember the things that you did that you wanted to do. Succeed or fail, doesn't matter. You're going to remember, hey, I wanted to be a rock star when I grew up, and I gave it a go. I got in a band, I learned how to play the guitar, did a few bar mitzvahs, we had a couple of gigs, we had some good times. I met my future wife at a gig. She was a groupie. Got her a backstage pass. One thing led to another. Bing, bang, boom. Yada, yada, yada. How we got, 3 kids and a mortgage. It was never the plan, but I granted myself the permission to go for what I wanted, to do what I wanted, to pursue the dream that I had, the vision that I had for my life, the life that I wanted to live for my journey. I granted myself permission to go for it, and I did. And everything doesn't go exactly according to plan. Captain Cold in the Flash TV series, teaching Flash how to plan a heist. He said, you make the plan, you execute the plan, and then the plan goes sideways, so you throw away the plan. That's life. That's the only way to live it. You make a plan, you execute the plan, and whatever happens, maybe you're successful, maybe you're not, maybe something else happens, but you keep going. You assess the situation as it happens, you make a decision, you keep moving forward. It's the journey. So once you throw away that plan, what's the old prize fighting saying? Everybody's got a plan until they get hit. But you, my friend, are going to get hit. Lots. So, you have your plan. You're going to make choices. But you have to give yourself permission to live. Because life is not about where you end up. Life is about all the moments between here and where you end up. It's like painting a painting. You know, your entire life is the envisioning what goes on the canvas, the paint, the brush strokes, the edits, the changes, the, oh gosh, I screwed this up, let me start over, whatever. And at the end of the day, at the end of your life, you have a finished painting. And you didn't finish that painting sooner. Were you ever really finished with it? Until the end, when you're finally done? I mean, that's your life. So you have to give yourself permission to be happy, honestly. I mean, let's be blunt about it. You know, happy's not a place you end up. Happy is taking advantage and enjoying the moments of your life from one minute to the next, from one day to the next. That's happy. That's your life. I'm living my life right now. Is it perfect? No, it's a pretty good life. And I enjoy it and I love it. And that doesn't mean I stop trying to make it better. You know, it's a journey. We're still going. I'm still moving forward. It just changes the way I make decisions because I'm deciding for more than just me now. You got it? I'm deciding for my wife, who for some reason sees, you know, this space every day and doesn't run screaming through the front door. I don't know why. But you know what? I'm grateful every day for it. I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for everything that I have. I've had some bad experiences in the past. I've had some bad decisions that did not work out so well. And I'm grateful for those too, because all of those things brought me to where I am today. All of those things are part of what made me me. For better or worse, this is who I am. This is who I've always been, just an enhanced and evolved version of me, who is constantly changing, constantly reevaluating, and constantly making decisions regarding the next step on my journey. What's next for me? What do I want to do next? You know, I've dabbled with my emotional honesty project. It's even evolved over time. It's changed and it keeps changing. I wrote a couple of books because I figured, why not? What am I going to do? Wait for somebody to come along and tell me, hey, you can write a book. I give you permission to write a book. It's like, what the hell? If I decide I want to write a book, fuck it, I'm going to write a book. Because I want to. And I feel like I have something to say. And even if I don't, maybe I just write the book for me. Maybe nobody reads it at all. It doesn't really matter, does it? Not writing the book for, fame and fortune. I wrote the book because I had something to say and I wanted to do it. So I gave myself the permission to write the book. I gave myself permission to do this YouTube channel, to make myself emotionally vulnerable, to make myself available to others. This emotional honesty thing is not like a fix for anything. It's really not. All it is it's like it's a framework for how to live your best life. Because the best decisions that you can make are informed decisions. So if I want to get married, I'm married. So if you want to get married, what do you need first? You need a girlfriend, okay? You need a girlfriend, you need to fall in love, you need to make that commitment that you want to get married to this person. So all of those are hinged on one thing: building a solid relationship with that person, right? Starts as friendship, starts as whatever, progresses to become relationship. Sorry, I'm holding my coffee. Relationship. I don't want to leave a hanging quote. Sorry. But yeah, so that's where you have to start. So what do I need to do to make that happen? I need to find somebody first, right? How am I going to do that? Well, I need to find that person. Where am I going to look? I don't know. What's this relationship going to be like? I don't know. But these are all things that you have to do, and you have to give yourself permission to be all in. Because none of those are going to work unless you put yourself into them. And nobody's going to come along and tell you, hey, you know what? If you don't, straighten your shit up, this is not going to go anywhere. If that's what you want. Do you want it to go somewhere? So the point is, nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to tell you, come along and remind you, hey, this is what you have to do because you're a grown-up, and this is how relationships work and how relationships lead to everything else. You have to make that decision yourself. You have to grant yourself permission. Write yourself out a physical permission slip. I give myself permission to be honest with myself about how I feel, to be honest with myself about what I want, to be honest with my partner about what I want, to listen to my partner and what they want. And on top of all that, I give myself permission to be happy, to try to be happy, to try and do the things I want to do, to try and live my life to the fullest, to try and engage with other people in a way that satisfies me and in a way that hopefully is mutually beneficial to them as well. It's not about, everything's perfect, la, 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 la. It's, life is just engaging, living. Life doesn't start once you get to the place where you're happy and everything's good, and then all of a sudden, all right, I can start my life now. That is not how it works. You're living it right now. And what are you doing with it? Huh? What are you doing? Is it what you want to be doing? Are you where you want to be? And who's going to give you permission to change it? The answer is you. So why haven't you done it yet? Or have you? Did you run into roadblocks? Sure. Go around them. Go over them. Go through them. Be water. Remember? Bruce Lee, be water. Okay? Give yourself permission to live. Because nobody else is going to do it. Give yourself permission to live. I got to remind myself every day, hey, if you don't do this, it's on you for not doing it. And it's on you to live with the fact that you didn't do it. Why didn't you do it? I got to answer. I look in the mirror. The only one I am held accountable by is me. The only one who's going to look at you at the end of the day and say, "What the hell are you doing?" is you. You're the only one it's going to matter coming from. So, good exercise. If there's something in your life that's not the way you want it, why can't you give yourself permission? Tell us. Tell yourself. Why haven't you given yourself permission to succeed? Why haven't you given yourself permission to fail? Why haven't you given yourself permission to live? And see, that combines it with last week's asking why. And maybe if you can come up with a good answer, again, recap, throw away the first answer and ask again and get the real answer. And maybe, just maybe, once you have the answer, you can give yourself permission to live. And you know what? Things get better. They don't go from 0 to 100 right away, but they get better. And if you run into bumps, deal with it. Give yourself permission to fail. Give yourself permission to succeed. Give yourself permission to change your mind. Give yourself permission to go after what you want your life to be. To make that journey to where you want to go. And give yourself permission to end up somewhere you had no idea you were going and you didn't expect to be. And give yourself permission to be happy on the journey. Okay? Go live your life. It's okay. Give yourself permission. That's all I got for this week. It's kind of a bit of a shorty. I don't know. I ramble and sometimes I just don't know how long it's been. So, but hey, join us in the Patreon group. We're going to have some more discussions over there. It's free. There's no paid tiers. It's all just come on in and share. And let's kick each other's asses right on down the road, okay? If you like what you see in the channel, you want to hear more, subscribe, comment, throw a like on the video. Yeah. What are you giving yourself permission for? Put it in the comments. Let's find out. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. I'm an open book. And you know what? We're here for each other. We're all each other. We're all we have. We're in this together, right? So, again, join us on the journey. If it feels right, share it with somebody who you think could use a little support and a little push, maybe. You know, not above a shove from the back. I'm just not. So, thanks for joining me. See you next time. Remember, keep moving forward, guys. Give yourself permission to move forward. And remember, if you fall, try to fall forward too. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.